Oh God. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Rush Racing. The last race of the week is Division 3. And yes, it is the last one. Then we head over to a break week where silly season in the conundrum is upon us straight after this. And we do have some important information. So please, I know we're going to have the interviews and stuff like that, but please do not leave, as we do have the silly season rules, which we will outline to you tonight on stream. So feel free to listen in and tune in on that. And they will also be posted as well into all of the chats. There will be an announcement go out. But we are here at Baku, and I reckon a few of you are probably going, get this track off the calendar, get it done and dusted. It has been a very interesting, well, a whole interesting weekend across all 6 divisions. Obviously, this is the final division tonight that we are going to see what happens here in Baku. And some of you have probably enjoyed it, and some of you have absolutely hated it. And it's going to give you nightmares until time. But we'll have to wait and see what happens then. All right, I am your comms and host tonight, SJ, and I'm joined by the man in the comms box that just can't get enough of the comms box, and myself. It's Nishka. Good evening.
Good evening, SJ. Happy to be here, mate, for the 3rd time this week, and let's hope we don't see as many safety cars as what I've already seen so far. But expect a good race from these guys, and hopefully they can keep it a bit cleaner than some of the other divisions.
Definitely. And it's going to be very, very exciting to see what's going to happen here. But we'll have to wait and see what also is going to happen later on in qualifying. And yes, we do not want to see safety cars. We know that Sebi has got a quality ban, so he has retired earlier. But what do you think we're going to see tonight? You know, we've seen a very dominant performance from Aban. He hasn't won that many races, but his consistency getting those podiums. So I wrote in earlier on in the announcement, are we going to see someone else come out the limelight tonight? There's a few reserves which we'll go through in a very second, but what do you think we're going to see tonight?
Like you say, Aban's been very consistent throughout this division so far this season, and it reflects in the standings there with that bit of a lead that he's built up already. But I'm wondering if we're going to see the likes of Swith or Tudor sort of close up that gap, or maybe one of the other guys prizes out of the pack. I think one guy to probably maybe watch out for is probably the Alpine driver Dickerson here. I think he's had a bit of an unlucky run, but he's definitely got some good pace, so maybe he can be one to watch tonight.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. And there's a few of the drivers that can obviously really put some times in, and like we have seen, the grid order does change very quickly when the safety car comes out or rain comes in. You know, the strategy changes, and it can spice things up, which we have seen across the whole weekend of Baku. We saw it last night as well. So Jackal obviously leading the race quite some time, and then we also see that Chevy Wolves was going to take the win there, and then unfortunately didn't, and then got that penalty, and TMT took it. So there you go. That can change things in a heartbeat. Right. Well, there we go. On that note, we're going to go through our grid order tonight, who we've got in the grid. There we go. We start off with the host in Division 3. We've got Angus. Then we have got the TPR Ferrari of Lamb. We've got Sebi that's retired with that quality ban. We've got Sats reserving again for the Williams. So the Williams have managed to grab him once again. A very good week last week, so we'll have to wait and see. Then we got Brandy, known as Dynasty, reserving from Division 4 up to Division 3 for Ferrari tonight. Pretty strong performances since he has been back, and we'll have to wait and see what he's going to do for the Ferrari. Pretty good, strong lineup there for Ferrari. We've got Dr. Nitz tonight, which is SZRC, I think his Discord is. So he's obviously got a big fan club in the chat. So good to see. And we'll have to see how he's going to go. He's reserving for Mercedes tonight. And this is another thing as well, Nishka. These drivers that are jumping into reserves, massive opportunity for silly season here to get a seat.
Yeah, definitely, SJ. There's definitely a few reserves that I'm seeing in here. I think Connor OC, if I'm right, he's a reserve. Ops Tryhard, I think he's a reserve too. Also, I think Suts Dynasty. I'm not sure if it's Trio Kev maybe was here reserve. I'm not sure, but Yeah, definitely. These guys will all be trying to push for a seat with the silly season just around the corner. So they all want to have a good showing tonight, keep it clean, and keep the penalties down, and yeah, hopefully secure a seat.
Yep, we'll have to wait and see how that's going to go. Then we've got Jukes in P9 in the Haas, actually losing his front wing. They're back this week for Haas, and we'll have to wait and see what is going to happen tonight. They really do need some points on that scoring board. Dickinson in the Alpine, Terence, the TP of Alpine as well. We then got Whiff in the Kickstarter, leading the overalls for the time being. We'll have to wait and see if he's going to be leading the overalls by the end of the week. We'll have to wait and see. We then got number 1 Swift. I think this is Seba, number 1 Swift known as Seba, last night for Red Bull tonight. So it's going to be very interesting to see who is going to fill that seat for Red Bull. We then got Tudor in the kick, Vettel, the TP of Mercedes, Sick Party in the Williams, Aban, who is leading the championship at the moment in that Aston, Connor OC reserving for Red Bull as a reserve. Then we've got Optimus Tryhard as well reserving for Haas tonight. We've also seen RJ in the McLaren as well, taking it pole, but then dropping down to P3. Then we've also got Trio Kev and Sebi are your 2 Visa cash outs. We're seeing times flying through here at the moment. 39.311. Are we going to get into a late 38, Snishka? That's going to be the question.
Yeah, I think as we see this track ramp up, we're going to see some of these times start tumbling down from that 139. I think, and especially if a couple of these guys can give each other a good toe down that straight, it definitely can make up 3 or 4 tenths just with that alone. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. But at the top, it looks pretty competitive at the moment with Swift with that 139.3 and Lamb. They're putting a 139.3 in also. RJ looking to continue on the form from last week with a 139.4. Those guys will be happy with those bankers.
Yeah, no, they will. Very, very good start for those guys as well. And obviously the 2 visas in there as well, P7 and P8. You've got the Red Bull in P1, Ferrari in P2, and McLaren in P3, and Aban not far away in that P4 spot as well. We've got a few comments coming in, which is really good to see. Hope you guys are going to enjoy the night ahead. 30 people tuning in tonight for the last race before we get under silly season and have a break week at the moment. We've got Whiff Latif in that P5 spot now, Tudor in P9, so the kick's not far away either. Still quite a lot of drivers still to set times. Angus, Brandy, Mitz, Jerks, Dickinson, Tarrant, Vettel, Sick Party, Connor OCE, and Optus Tryhard. We've got Brandy or Dr. Mitz. Who do we jump on board with for a flying lap?
We'll go. Should we go with Dynasty?
Yeah, we'll go with Dynasty. All right, I will jump on board and then I'll get Mishka to do the next driver. Okay, so here we go. We've got Dynasty's CP and teammate tonight. Ryan Adair, known as Lamb, in that P2 spot with a 139.382. Let's see how Dynasty is going to go. Looks like he's got a little bit of traffic, but he's coming down the main straight. Burns a little bit of DRS and ERS into turn number 1. Here we go, going down into turn number 2, getting on to the acceleration very well, dropping down into 3rd gear, getting onto the DRS, getting very close to the wall, using as much of the wall as possible as you can, up to 7th gear, does hit up to 8th gear, doesn't burn anything up here at all, very unusual. Really probably going to save that battery coming into the DRS zone in Sector 3. Does clip the wall there, so we could have lost a couple of attempts. Getting onto the curve very nicely, keeping it quite tight. Over to the right-hand side, you want to keep very, very tight coming into this corner because it's all about the exit across the curve. Very well done there. Now, down the main straight down here, ease off into the acceleration and really caress the car because you can easily lose it. You really have to fight it. Then the worst place is the castle. Ease into the castle, up the hill, keeping tight, good exit onto the curbs, and then bit of power all the way down as much as you can. Coming into sector number 2, going into sector number 3. So far, so good. May get a toe on the Aston and the Haas. We'll have to wait and see at the moment, but very good, very smooth from Dynasty so far. Coming in to the last couple of corners, if we get onto the left and the right-hander, and we will be jumping on board with Dr. Mitz as well. Soon as you redeem some channel points, we will jump on board for you and show you a flying lap. But here we go. Dynasty now getting on to the DRS in 3, 2, 1, and here we go, all the way down the main straight, burning as much as he can. Is he going to improve on that time? Only up to P15. Didn't probably burn enough through that lap, Nishka.
Yeah, it was interesting seeing him through that sort of after turn 2, not burning out of there at least up to eighth gear. I think that may have cost him a little bit of time there, but saying that, it could have made up a little bit extra on with having that extra battery down that home straight there.
Yeah, and that was the problem. We did see that some of those ERS moments there, he could have probably burnt a little bit, especially down that main straight into turn 1. Didn't really use the ERS there, so we'll have to wait and see if there is an improvement. 140.4 at the moment is 140s from P12 down to P15, and 39s up from P1 all the way down to P11 at the moment. Cooper
Got
Bot.
an onboard request, SJ, with Whiff.
And I will let you take this one away, Nishka. It is all over to you, my friend.
Yeah, so we got Whiff coming up to the DRS in the home straight to start his lap. He's got that full battery ready. Drops it into overtake at the Qatar Airways sign. Coming down into turn 1. Burns it down to 95%. Little bit of wheel spin there coming out. May cost him a little bit of time. Back on the power, 100% battery. He's going to burn that down. Up into 7th, up to 8th gear. Off the battery, 75%. Comes down into 13th corner, nice and tight. Very nicely done. He's going to stick tight to this curb here, get right up along that wall. 85% quick little burn. Gets up to 6th gear, down into 3rd. Through this tricky little sector here, you've got to really get wide on that right hander. See how much of this he cuts. Nicely done. 86%. Now the tricky castle section. Nicely navigated so far. He's going to get onto this back straight. The end of sector 2. He's going to burn. Gets it down to 75%. Still got a fair bit of battery here left for the straight. Cuts that curb nicely. Very nicely done. Very easy to come undone there. Hit that wall. Really throws the car in. He's going to burn this first sector. Let's see if he burns through these S's as well. He's going to have this battery on full the whole way down the straight now. Looking at that DRS zone. Let's see what sort of time Whiff's going to do here. And he does a 1:39.1. That's a great lap there from Whiff.
Yeah.
As we see RJ doing a 1:38.9. That's very quick early on.
No, very well done there, and obviously that just shows that the track is warming up, and that's massive for Kick, as Whiff has not probably got the results that he's wanted to get so far in Division 3, and massive opportunity as well for Kick to try and keep the lead of the overalls. They're going to need a good finish here, as it hasn't been the best starts for the whole of Baku across all of the races for Kick Sauber, Nishka.
Yeah, definitely. They really want a good performance tonight, and it looks like Lamb's got good pace here, so they'll be really keen to try and have a double points finish here and try to gain some points back on that Ferrari team. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what can pull out on his next lap and see where both these drivers end up. No,
definitely. Right, if you have tuned in tonight, we have got 35 people tuning in tonight. RJ taking pole position with a 38.921. Look at that. 4 thousandths of a second between the two of them, between Ryan, known as Lamb, and RJ. So obviously Lamb really confident on this track at the moment, and seeming so is RJ. So we'll have to wait and see as Lamb is actually on a lap. So let's have a look at his Sector 2 time. Jackal, you know the score, mate. If you want to jump on board and want someone, use those channel points, mate, and we'll jump on board them. We don't just jump on board drivers because they comment on them. We have to use the old channel points. So at the moment, Lamb way off the time there, so he's not going to improve.
Yeah, he's just burning to get back in there, SJ. I think so. He can do another lap. Is what it looks like to me.
Well, there you go. We've got a few guys coming down the main straight. Anyone on a lap? Looking like Sick Party. No, he's coming into the pits as well. We've got another driver. It looks like a Red Bull. They're getting a move on, so they can know they're coming into the pits as well. Sorry, that is Visa. Just look the same. It used to be, that colour used to be Red Bull, so we'll have to wait and see. We've then got Dynasty, who's coming into the pits as well. That's an interesting, I don't know, that could be an onboard there. Or that was a glitch. It looked like he went straight over to the left-hand side and cut the pit lane. So we'll have to wait and see, unless that is a glitch on my end. We'll have to wait and see what happens. We've got Vettel, who is 3 temps up, who is on a lap. We'll have to have a look. You can see here we've got 2 Mercedes down there in P18 and P19. Not probably what they want to see tonight at the moment, especially when they are in the battle for the overalls as well. Had to pause as communicating online. All good, no problem. There we go. Vettel coming down the main straight. Is there going to be any improvement? There was 3 attempts on that time, so we're looking at an improvement which probably pushes them. Yeah, well, there you go, P15. Not probably the best there from Vettel. Needs to be pushing into those 39s. It's extremely close at the moment from P3 all the way down to P13 and also P14 and also P15 and 16. At the moment. So very close on the qualifying times with 2.5 minutes to go. Lishka.
Yeah, this is going to be very worrying for the Mercedes because Vettel's not going to have enough time to get back around and get back out, do another lap. So he's going to be starting from way down the grid, and Dr. Mitz is going to have to pull something out of the bag there to get himself up the grid too. So the Mercedes will be pretty unhappy so far with how things are going, I think.
Yeah, they won't be happy with these results at the moment. Hopefully they can make them up in the race as we're seeing Vettel in that P15. We will jump on board with Dr. Mitz. I think he's the only person that is on a lap currently, so we'll see how he's going to go and improve. Well, it does look like he smacked the wall there, so it doesn't look confident at the moment, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. He is coming into Sector 2. Is there an improvement on his time? We'll have to wait and see. Are we seeing an improvement on his time in Sector 2? Let's have a look.
Saying he was up 7 tenths.
Yeah, I'm still not seeing it at the moment. Now coming into it now. 1.5. Oh, and he spun it on the final corner, coming into the left hand and the right hander, and that's going to be not what he wants there. He's going to be very careful now because he has got traffic all coming on the left hand side of him, coming around the corner. Really very unfortunate there for Mr. Dr. Mitz, and I don't know if he's going to be able to go again, if he's got enough fuel in the tank, and that is not the best debut for him in the Mercedes tonight. We've got 59 seconds to go. We've still got a few guys there, and actually we've got Ryan RJ that's going to go again. He's invalidated. It looks like we've got another driver behind, which is Sutsi, and he's going again. We've got a Ferrari. I'm just trying to see if there's any improvement there. Oops, try hard. He's done. He's not going to continue. He's down there in P14. We've then got the other Haas of Jux. What's he going to do? Is he going to improve? He's going to go again. No, he's not going to go again. He is very low on ERS. Are we going to see any improvements here? We're going to see quite a few cars coming down, which all are going to be on outlaps. So a lot of these guys are not going to be able to go around again and set another time, Nishka.
Yeah, some of these guys, they've left it really late. I don't even know if they're going to make it to the line. As I'm on board with Terrence here. He's going to be the last car sort of coming across the line. It's going to be very touch and go whether he makes it or not. And he's not. He's going to go straight into the pits.
Oh, what's he done there? Oh.
Yeah, that was... Oh, both Alpines out. Didn't make it on the around for the lap. That's an interesting one. What's happened there? I don't know.
It's a very interesting entry to the pit lane there. So amazing Frio. I don't know who that is. They're saying noted. So obviously we made.
That's Shaz. That's Shaz on board.
Okay, all good. No drama. All right, that is Shaz. But yeah, that will be looked at from the onboards as well. With Dickinson in P4, good start from him. We've now got the McLaren driver of RJ. Is he going to be able to keep Pole position. He's low on EIS. He's going to the line, 38.9. Is he going to improve on that time? No, he doesn't. Who else is going to improve? Suts goes pole with a 38.8. A tenth quicker than RJ. What about Lamb? What's Lamb going to do? We've got another Ferrari, another Brandy, which is Dynasty. He's not going to improve. Yes, he does. He goes up to P14. We've got the Haas driver of Jux, who doesn't look like he's going to improve. Yeah, he does improve a little bit, but not enough. What about Aban? Is Aban on a lap? Let's have a look. I'm seeing everything going on here. No, he stays P7. We've got with Matif staying P4. He comes into the pits. No improvement there. Tudor, what about him? Are we going to see improvement from him? He's 2 temps up. He goes P8. What is Lamb going to do? Can Lamb cause a problem and take pole position here from Suts? Let's have a look. No, he can't. Can't take pole position. Can Chogo take it away from anyone? No, he can't. And there you go. Suts takes pole position reserved for the Williams, Nishka. What a job there.
Wow, what an absolute storming lap there from Suts. I was looking down the order there, and I was looking down from RJ and Swift all the way down to Tudor, and I think Suts was in about 10th position. I was thinking, oh, he could take pole. It didn't even cross my mind. So that's a massive lap there from Suts there.
Just look at the time between the two guys at the top. That's Suts on 1:38.806 and number one Swift with a 38.809. 3 thousandths of a second in it to take pole position there. Fantastic. And RJ in that P3. And yeah, very, very interesting to see that. Aban all the way down in P7. So, yeah, not the best qualifying for him, but we have seen the consistency. We have seen him really push on here, and I think this is going to be quite a juicy race with the top 3 at the moment, especially if the pace we're seeing that they've done in quali there, Nishka.
Yeah. This is going to be an amazing race. I think this looks very open, doesn't it, SJ? I'm thinking it could be a number of any of those top 10 drivers are a chance in this race, especially with the chaos and stuff that we've seen so far this weekend and this week. Yeah, anybody's not out of this race. So at any given time, we could see a safety car, we could see anything. So even the guys at the back, they're a chance with the strategies to get themselves up to the front too.
No, definitely. The question is who's going to be leading into that turn 1, and we'll find out. I'll take the start, and then I'll let Nishka take a couple of laps. Then straight after that, you can see my voice is quite croaky. Yeah, it's been a long week of comms, so looking forward to resting the voice for a week. So, but this is going to be a spectacle. I'm sure of it. We have seen a lot of drama here in Baku. And people still love the track, and people still want to race it. That's why it's here. But here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights for Division 3. Last race before we go into silly season. And we are away. Here we go. Suts going into turn 1. Takes the lead. We've got drama going on already. As Ryan has dropped down into P4. We've got moves going on behind Tudor and Aban. Someone's moved on to the right-hand side there. We've got Connor and a little bit of drama there with the Visa Cash Apps. The McLaren of Sebi. He's up in the P19 making moves. Let's have a look all the way back up to the top. Anyone making a move? RJ looking to go for a move on Seba already. And great bit of driving there, but they do not want to battle too much because Suts will walk away with this. But here we go. We've got Seba, number one Swift, and RJ going at it. Bit of drama there with and looked like a bit of a bang with another driver. Dickinson down there in P7. Everyone trying to get through there. As you can see, a lot of drama going on very, very quickly here. But a lot of guys side by side really taking their time there as Dickinson gets very slow on the brakes. And he's being absolutely hounded by loads of cars going into Castle. They have to be so careful. Look how close. There are 2 people going into Castle. Don't think you've ever seen that before, Nishka.
Yeah, this is crazy, but absolutely great driving from most of these drivers here. We've seen Whiff and Lamb come together a little bit there, but they managed to sort themselves out pretty quick and come away unscathed. So, yeah, very good start from most of these drivers.
Yeah, definitely. We're seeing a bit of a drama going on here between RJ and number one Swift. Remember, this is number one Swift's last race for Red Bull in Division 3. We do not know what is going to happen to him. If he's going to be pushed up to 2 or whatever, or if they are going to try and be able to change his mind and keep him in that seat. RJ is all over the back of him, going to go for a move going into lap number 2. We've got moves happening left, right, centre behind as well. We've got Tudor and Connor, they're going side by side. We've then seen Dickinson drop by a couple of spots. We've seen Aban make up one more spot. We've seen Whiff being absolutely dropped by Swift, 1.5 seconds on lap 2. So these front 3, they are on their bike, they are away, they are not getting involved in the shenanigans in that midfield. We've got Optimus Tryhard now for P13, we've got Brandy into P12, both these are cash outs in P10 and P11, and then Connor in P9. My voice is going to go in this race, I've got a feeling. Dr. Mitz has made a spot as well. Here it goes, it's croaky already. So I'll pass you over to Nishka.
Yeah, fantastic start by a lot of these drivers here. Aban now closing into the back of Lamb there, closing the gap right up to 5/10. So it's going to be interesting to see how that develops as we move down the order there. We could see there's a bit of a battle being happening back there between the Alpine and the Red Bull of Dickinson and Connor OC. They sort of got themselves sorted out now, and Dickinson's now all over the back of Tudor. So Tudor's fallen out of that DRS to Aban, so he's going to be under pressure now from that Alpine driver.
Sebi's gone straight across the curb and straight into the wall right behind Connor. He is going to have extreme damage going into the left-hander and right-hander now, so it's going to be very difficult to turn that car, and that is definitely not what he wants very early there. He's completely mistimed the curb. He is going to get the move. He's going to have so much more speed because of that front wing damage. But the problem is the durability and the turning ability.
Big battle! Oh, big trouble! Big trouble! RJ and Satsy's come together, and RJ spun and been hit by the Red Bull of Swift. That was, that was very dicey. RJ's managed to stay in the race. I'm not sure what damage he's copped there, but that was big at the front.
Yeah, it's all going on at the back. You can see a lot of people very, very aggressive going into this race. Lap 3 out of 26 at the moment. Oh, Lamb loses it. We've lost someone. Angus is gone. Angus is out of this race. I'm just trying to see what's happened there. I'm just trying to see what's on board with Connor. I can't see what's happened, but yeah, Angus is gone. So the Aston Martin teammate of Aban is out of this race. Please do not leave the session, okay, because you are the host. So really unfortunate there for Angus, and no safety car, just the VSC at the moment, but a little bit of drama out in front and in the mid-pack and further back. Mishka, this race has been quite juicy.
Yeah, it was a juicy start. I was seeing guys going too wide through cars from that. It was just a matter of time before something give. Guys going for moves in. It's a tough track to get overtakes done, and it's a very tight track. So it's always bound to happen as well. So, but for the most part, the guys have done a great job so far.
Yeah, they have indeed. We'll have to wait and see what happens here, but we've got Suts in that P1 position, Swift in P2, Whiff in P3. We've got green light racing and we are underway, but we've then got RJ who, I don't know, has he got damage? We've got yellows as well going up behind. Jux is out. Jux is gone now. He's lost it in the left-hander and the right-hander. No safety car. We've lost 2 drivers in the space of 1 lap as we see Connor come round, and the stewards, fantastic job there getting rid of the car very quickly. But Swift is 3.4 seconds behind Suts. What a lead Suts has into this race. But as things going on, there could be a safety car incoming, Nishka.
Yeah, I think Suts will be hoping that a safety car doesn't come out, because now that Red Bull with that wing damage is just holding all these other drivers up, and Suts is just getting away. So great start for the Williams driver, and RJ's be trying to pick himself back up there in P4. Not sure what sort of damage he accrued from that incident, but been a tough night for the Aston Martins. Aban down in P7 and Angus DNFing. So, yeah, plenty happening.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. But a lot of drama going on at the moment. RJ in that P4 spot. Does he have damage to that car? We'll have to wait and see. Doesn't look like it at the moment. Oh, Lamb getting very wide there in that sector 2. And we'll have to wait and see what happens going into the left hander and the right hander, because Dickinson is all over the back of him, ready to make a move. And here we go. Is he going to make the move, or has Lamb lost DRS to RJ? Because that's going to make him come under extreme pressure. Dickinson, there he goes. He engages the move on the front left. We've got moves going on at the front as well. There's moves all over the place. Dickinson's moved over. He's done a bit of a weave there. I don't know if that will be looked at. We'll have to wait and see. I think he's okay. He can make that move once. We'll have to wait and see. But we'll still keep an eye out at the moment. With up into P2, this is great news for the Kick team and the Kick Sauber TP as well. Having a great drive, but tell you something, these guys keep battling. This is such race. Job done. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week in Imola if they continue like that, as we're seeing Optimus try hard, Trio, Kev and Vettel all going at it. Nice little battle there between all for that P11 spot. Battles everywhere at the moment, and we're only 18 drivers in.
Yeah, definitely. Jackal, if you're around, mate, I can see you've been summoned for a surprise interview, so pop on in. We'll keep on going with what's happening here. So I seen Aban's picked up a place there now at Lamb as well, up into P6, following Dickinson through as well. Dickinson looks like he's got a lot of pace here, moving up towards RJ now. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Alpine driver can do.
Yeah, definitely, as we can see, he is going to have another opportunity on the DRS, but RJ has got back into the DRS of number 1 Swift, but number 1 Swift is losing the DRS on Whiff, and the problem is, as Dickinson has a bit of a snap there coming out of the exit into Sector 3, well, just at the end of Sector 2 there. So these guys really putting it on the limits at the moment. We've got the, I think we've got the TP of McLaren in the comms box.
Hello.
Good evening. How are we going?
How are you, mate?
I was doing better before the race. It's yeah, not great, the incident, but yeah.
So we've got a few questions coming through from the chat here, Jackal, that I wanted to ask you, mate. They're asking how you feeling about the Div 5 team going into silly season, mate?
If you're one of the Div 5 drivers, you're a bit worried. The other one's pretty safe. Have to see what happens during silly season. But yeah, not just our Div 5 lineup that's being shooken up at the moment. So yeah, it should be interesting this week.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting time, the silly season, Jackal. Back to sort of the race here. How are you sort of feeling about? I sort of caught the end of that incident with RJ at the start there. Obviously a little bit disappointing. You sort of talk us through sort of what sort of happened there.
Yeah, so RJ went for a move. Suts didn't leave him any space. And then they came together, and the Red Bull behind sort of got tangled in it. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's racing. You know, there's probably going to be a ticket there, but yeah, it just didn't leave a space, and that's what caused the accident.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, obviously a little bit disappointing, but he looks like he's picked himself up well, and he's continuing on, mate. So yeah, good luck for the rest of the race with the McLarens. I'll pass you over to SJ.
Yep.
Yeah, obviously, Sebi with the quaddy ban up in the P13. He's in the points. He looks like he's about to catch the three-way battle between Vettel and Trio Kemp. RJ obviously getting involved in that incident earlier on. What's your thoughts? Are you still pretty confident McLarens can finish in high points tonight?
Yeah, well, it's Sebi's last race with McLaren. Yep, there's someone sideways on the track, I think. Yeah, Sebi's last race with McLaren, so he's trying to get a good result for his last race. Up into P12 now. RJ has got some damage, which unfortunately cannot be fixed in the pits, but it's enough to keep going, so he'll just have to come out with what he can at this stage.
Wow. With the bombshell alert there is Dickinson! 3 second in that P3 spot, so that's not going to help him. And thank you for dropping that bombshell, as we do know that silly season is open basically straight after this race, well, a little bit later on. But remember, and I will say to everyone that is tuning in, and also you listening, take notice at the end, because we do have a few things to go over for, which is regarding silly season. Silly season, are you excited for it, Jackal? I know this is the first ever one you've done. Yeah, what's the feeling like? The motive, the motivation? How are you feeling going into it?
We've already got some deals sort of worked out. Probably be one of the first teams to sort of action the deal. Trades being made already. So as I said, Sebi's last race with McLaren. Yeah, it'll be, I don't know, as much as a bombshell. I'm pretty sure people already know this. But yeah, a lot of good drivers coming our way, and not to say that they're replacing bad drivers, but moving in a different direction for the rest of the season.
Well, good to see. Let's hope for you get the result that you want, and can make some headway on the overalls going into the break week. So all the best, mate, and thank you for jumping in.
No worries, thanks guys.
Thanks, Mark.
Okay, all right. Well, we've got a few guys deciding to make a few changes, getting on to those hard compound tyres, and a few of those guys still staying on those mediums. So how long can they go before they start making spots here, as we're seeing Dickinson all over the back of Whiff, as we've seen Sutz make an early pit stop getting onto those hards, but Dickinson all over the back of Whiff, but with that 3 seconds, that's going to hurt him, especially if we do see a later safety car later on, which we have seen them, haven't we, across the board this week.
Yeah, we have, but yeah, Dickinson's doing an impressive job, because I can see he's missing an end plate there. So he's doing a terrific job to be right on the back of Whiff here, and he's still making good time. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the shake-up here with Satsi. Obviously pitting early, he could be in for some traffic unless these guys all start coming in as well.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to wait and see what happens next.
Oh!
As
What
a little
happened
bit
there?
of
Dickinson in the pits.
See a bit of a glitch there. We'll obviously look into that. I think I was on board it, but we'll wait and see what happens. That may get looked at. I don't know what's happened there. We'll have a look. Somebody on board saying they are looking into this race at the moment, but I want to jump on board with something here, because Kick are P1 and P4 at the moment, both on 8-lap mediums, deciding to go a little bit longer than most of the other guys, because from P1, obviously, Sutz is going to be leading this race when these guys pit. The question is how much is he going to get in the undercut? He's 4 seconds behind Sebi, and he is only 10 seconds behind the leader. So this is going, if these guys don't make a decision yet, or Lam and RJ and Toodle start to keep fighting, then Sutz has basically, well, he's got a massive opportunity of winning this race very easily with his strategy that he has decided to use.
Yeah, the way he's going at the moment, this is playing right into his hands. The undercut's very powerful here, so you can see he's very rapid right now, and he's rapidly catching those leaders as we're watching the lap go by. Swit's going to probably be about eight seconds behind Stutzy there. It's going to be interesting to see if he catches any of these front runners as well, and see where he comes out to.
Yeah, definitely going to be very exciting. This race is not over, and anything can happen. A safety car changes one thing, and that is it. It changed the whole dynamics of this race. Lamb continuing. He continues to go into the pits. RJ coming into the pits as well. Two-door will go again because his teammate has come into the pits. So now, how long is it now between Sutz and Two-door? That's going to be the question. 4.5 seconds. God, he is going to have a big lead into this race now, as we've seen Whiff now coming out to the pits, and he is 13, 12 seconds behind the leader at the moment. 13 seconds. So strategy being the key here for Suts, and it is working a treat for the Williams tonight. One obviously down there in P17 having the best of nights, but things can change very quickly. And Suts up there in P2, who's having an absolute stellar of a race at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Suts is having a massive night there for Williams, which is much needed for the Williams too. Being down in the position they are, they want to start stringing some points together and try to start climbing that table. But yes, some other teams like Sebi, I think, would be pretty happy to be in the position he's in as well after having that quali ban. So it'd be interested to see where he sort of ends up. And RJ obviously going to be struggling now with that damage that we heard about. As I'm seeing, there's another request for an interview again for Cooper.
Okay.
Cooper,
Right.
if you're around, mate, just jump in the comms box.
You have been summoned. If you'll jump in. Let's have a look. All right. There we go. We've got Aban in that P7 spot at the moment. The championship leader in a bit of a battle at the moment, though, I've got to say. He is on those fresh hards, but he's got Dickinson behind. He's then got RJ, and he's also got Dynasty as well. So there is a big battle going on for that P7 spot as we see Toodle coming into the pits. Well, how far back is he going to fall? That's going to be a problem at the moment. But a lot of drama going on at the moment, and strategy really making a massive difference as Suts has left the session. So if you can get him back in, Nishka, that would be amazing. And I will talk to Cooperbot, who has jumped into the comms. Good evening, Cooper.
Good evening.
We haven't seen you on the track for some time, and we know that silly season is coming up around the corner. Are we going to be looking for a full-time seat in Division 3 for the remainder of the season, or are you still going to be sitting in the wings as a reserve driver?
Hoping to get a full-time seat, which will also be a good time to send a message out to the team principals on notice that I'm looking for a full-time seat for Div 3 if anyone has any spots available.
Wow, that's awesome. Really good to get you back on. Obviously, we did see the start of the season. We made the changes. We moved you from Division 2. You feel like you've, I don't know if you've done much practice, if you've practiced some of the races coming up, or like obviously tonight's race, you feel that you can keep on the same path with these guys in Division 3?
I've done absolute zero practice, but I mean, once I hopefully am signed to a team, I'll be putting as much practice as I can before the next race happens.
Any preference?
Just anyone, really.
That's good. That's fine.
Sorry to jump in, boys. Sorry to jump in. Yeah. Dito, let us know, mate, if Satsi's got an invite, mate.
Yep, thanks for that, Nishka. So what do you think, obviously, is the plan for you moving forward, going into the break week and then going into Imola? What's your goal going into Division 3?
Probably just try and regain the form I had from last season and try and put that into good use and make it probably not a title chance, but like make a decent threat to the front runners.
Okay, that's interesting. Nishka, you got any questions for Cooper?
Yeah, good, mate. There you go. And I enjoy seeing you and Yog going back and forth in the channels there, mate. I hope you boys enjoy that bit of banter as much as I enjoy seeing it. But how you been enjoying your couple of weeks off and that, mate? You've been enjoying watching a bit of racing and that as well?
Yeah, I'm loving it. Loving watching my former team, I guess, leading the overalls. It's a bit of disappointment that, unfortunately, I'm no longer with them, but I mean, it's still good to see them perform.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, tough one there, mate. But yeah, there's always an opportunity with the silly season coming up next week, and hopefully you land yourself in another team that you can help carry towards the overall standings.
Yeah, that would be nice, and outperform Whiff, especially since he didn't want me anymore, is what I've been told by him.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, that's spicy. I like that.
Bit of drama.
Well,
Bit of drama.
that's the fire. That's the fire we kind of want to see, don't we?
Yeah.
Always. Always.
Oh well. Good luck with finding a team for over the silly season, mate. And appreciate you jumping in, mate.
Thanks, boys.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks, mate.
All right, we've actually been summoned, Yog, to jump in. So, yeah,
Man.
I'm looking forward to this. If he can jump in, that would be awesome. It would be great to hear from him. If not, then we'll refund Panda. Let's get back to some racing, though. Sats is here. Yeah, well, of course he's not here. I 100% agree with that.
He's in.
He is in. That's good. Oh, there we go. Sats is in, which is really good to see. He's 2.2 seconds out front. I could have lost that gap very quickly, so he's lucky to be back in. In that P2 spot, number one Swift in P3, 7 laps on Swift's tyres to 3 laps of Whiff's tyres. So strategy has definitely changed things up massively here, because you can see that Sats is on 5, Whiff is on 3, Swift is on 7, Sebi on 12. Even though Sebi is on 12, the guy is up into P4 from where he started. So he's having an absolute blast of a race here compared to his teammate who's down there in P6. And you wouldn't have thought that Sebi would have got that far. So strategy is the key. The question is how far is Sebi going to be able to stay up here before he then has to pit and get onto another set of tyres? And obviously he will be on a quicker set of tyres for the remainder of this race. But how long is it going to be before that is the case? But before that is the case, he is looking ready to make the move on at number one Swift. I'm going to jump on board with Centre for Flyer because I don't have to do the old channel points because I own the Twitch. So will Sebi be able to get the DRS on number one Swift here? Mishka.
Yeah, he doesn't have too much battery saved up there. He's only got the 30%, so I think he'll be trying to harvest a lot of that through this middle sector. He's running on that medium, so you probably won't see him burn through here too much. On those older tyres, he's going to find it hard to stick with Swift, though. I think he's going to come under pressure from Lamb right behind him. Now as Lamb gets the overtake done, what a move. So that's Lamb up another position into 4th. Sebi's just got to try and hold on these 13-lap tyres here. It's going to be a bit of a gamble now. Hopefully he can get a safety car, and that'll really help him out. But nonetheless, great drive from him so far to be where he is.
Yeah, he is doing an absolute fantastic job at the moment. He's obviously got Lamb in front, a lot of people behind on fresher tyres. Sick Punny getting a 3-second tyre penalty down there in P17, so really unfortunate for him. But yeah, a really, really good drive so far. Aban in that P6 spot, hovering around. It's been pretty clean so far, and doesn't look like that we can see any safety cars looking to happen as Sebi does come into the pits. And looks like he will be jumping onto either another set of hards or a set of mediums. Let's have a look. Set of mediums, and looks like he'll be pushing those to the end. Question is, though, if anything happens now, Sebi is in a prime time position to score even more points so he can get a podium. But let's go back up to the front. We've still got gaps. And that's the thing, Nishka, at the moment. Looking at the positions, there's big gaps in that top 5, isn't there? You've got Such 2.7 out front, Whiff's 2.7 behind him, then Swift's 2.3, then there's a DRS between Lamb and Swift, then there's 2.8 between Aban, he's in the DRS battle with RJ, he's in the DRS battle also with Dynasty and Dickinson and also Tudor, and then you've got Vettel, Optimus Tryhard all behind, and then Sebi is in the DRS battle. So quite a few gaps, but also some DRS battles as well. So things could change in the closing stages of this race.
Yeah, definitely. I've been keeping a close eye on this sort of mid-pack here with RJ, Dynasty, Dickinson, and now Tudor joining in as well. Yeah, Dynasty's still having a fabulous race here, reserving for Ferrari. He's up there in P7 on the same strat as those front runners, so he's having a really good race.
Yep, we are indeed, and I will refund your points for you right now, Panda, as your request is not here. So let me have a look. There we go. So Frog and Panda, there we go, refunded, and I'll complete the rest of them. There we go. So thank you very much to everyone that's tuning in tonight. I really appreciate it. We have got a nice little battle going on. Still overtakes being made there as Sebi does get the move done on Optimus Tryhard there onto P11. Vettel 2.5 seconds back in that P10 spot. And obviously his teammate of Dr. Mitz 2.7 seconds back from Connor OCE. Connor OCE 12 seconds back from Sick Party at the moment. So a little bit of drama that's going on. Or some guys just do not have the pace tonight. Nishka.
Yeah, it's been an interesting one. We've seen Terrence is down there in P13 over recent weeks. He's sort of been pushing that top 6, so it's interesting to see him down there in P13. Not sure what's been happening for him tonight, and also his Sick Party's usually been up towards that top 10 too. Looks like he's having a bit of a rough night with that penalty and on those 8-lap hards down in 16. Hard to see a way back from him unless we get a safety car or something of the sorts.
Yeah, as we do see yellows, and I think that's Sick Party that's had a bit of an incident there. Let's have a look. He's lost the front left, so he'll be coming into the pits and probably getting on to a set of mediums and changing that front wing. That will give him 10 laps to go, as we will just put that in. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 10 laps to go. So there we go. It's been a very interesting race, very clean, and not much going on at the moment due to these gaps being filled there. But number one Swift is 1.1 seconds behind Lamb, trying to stay in that DRS at the moment on 10 lap hards. And if anything changes here, we are going to see some changes there. We've got Vettel looking to make the move on Dickinson. We've got Aban being overtaken by RJ. So moves still happening at the moment, but we'll have to wait and see. We've also got Terrence and Optimus Tryhard, as Optimus Tryhard does come into the pits, and I reckon he's coming into the pits on 9 lap hards. Interesting. Got to be front wing damage. Got to be.
Yeah, interesting one tonight as well. SJ Aban just doesn't seem to have the pace tonight. He's we already know RJ's got that damage that can't be fixed, and he just went straight past him down that straight there, and now he's got Dynasty all over the back of him. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Yeah, Aban maybe just not finding the pace around Baku.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens, because he stays in these positions. And then all of a sudden he then makes his way up into the podium. So anything can happen. Anything can happen in this race, as we've seen last minute safety cars. 17 laps out of 26 coming to the closing stages of this race, and it's been a very, very clean race. Division 3 are definitely showing us how you do race Baku cleanly. We have lost 2 drivers earlier on with Jux and Angus, which was very unfortunate. Jux binning it in the last sector 3 area, on the left and the right hander, and then virtual safety car. I spoke too soon. Something has happened. What has happened there? And is that Sick Party again?
It looks to be Sick Party. He's lost a lot of time there, so he must have made a mistake somewhere. And yeah, I don't know, it's hard to tell. It doesn't look like he's got any damage there, does it? But
no, Swift's coming in. He's deciding to get onto those mediums while the VSC's out. And
it wasn't Sick Party.
Wasn't Sick Party. Okay. Might be Dr. Mitz. We'll have a look at Dr. Mitz. Was it Dr. Mitz? Might be Dr. Mitz. He's got no front left. Could be him. Could be him. He's 10.2 seconds behind. I don't think it would Sick Party, no, because he's got brand new front wing there. So yeah, a few of these guys deciding to pit and changing their front wings and getting onto a set of tyres which are quicker. But the problem is, it looks like they're running out of time. We're on 18 laps out of 26. Going into the closing stages of this race. Connor OCE getting a drive-through for speeding under the VSC. That's not good news. And that's definitely not good news for Red Bull tonight, as he could be one that is not going to score any points, which is an interesting night for Red Bull. We've got one in P10 and one in P14. We've got one Haas in P13 at the moment. And Alpine tonight, Dickinson just has not been able to get back up through the pack. He has done that stop. We'll have to wait and see if he can make it. He's got some serious pace. We saw that earlier on. But, yeah, at the moment, Sut's still leading this way. 3.4 seconds out in front on those 10 lap hards, with Matif right behind on 8 laps. Then Lamb on 8 laps as well. And Lamb is pulling in with 1.1 now. So this could be a nice little battle we're going to see here between Kick and Ferrari. And something really great to see, Nishka, because Kick and Ferrari are battling for the overalls.
Yeah, at the moment you'd kind of have to say that Ferrari maybe just got the slight advantage there, but Tudor's going to be very rapid now on those fresh tyres, so it's going to be interesting to see where these two teams end up as we see Swift come right up behind that Alpine, trying to get past him on those fresh tyres, trying to make the move on Terrence. Looks like he's going to get it done.
Well, there we go. We're going to go a little bit further back up because also Aban is right behind RJ. 10 laps on those hards against 9 laps on those hards, and they're getting closer. And look who's behind them, another Ferrari. So at the moment, the way this is looking, this is a great night for Ferrari. P3 and P6. What a night for them. And yeah, this is going to be interesting when we do Drive of the Day, because I think there's about 4 drivers here tonight that could take Drive of the Day, and we can only pick 2. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one tonight, Nishka, on the DOTD.
Yeah. It's very, very interesting. It's a hard one as well because we've got a lot of these guys that are on tyre offsets, so they're going to be picking up a lot of places towards the end of this race too. As you can see as well, Vettel doing a great job there in 7th after his poor qualifying, so he's had a great race too.
Yep. It has indeed, and yeah, nice try though, nice try with the old highlight message, but you've got to use your channel points there, unfortunately. So, and I don't really know what to say of Dr. Mitz because I don't really know him. He's a brand new driver to the league, but he's doing his best out the points currently, but anything can change as we are seeing Lamb make the move for whiff into P2. The Ferrari are now P2 and P6. What a job from them. And on that note, we are going to have Drive of the Day. That just gives you a little bit of an insight on position changes as Aban and Dynasty, as Aban's got it all wrong there, and Dynasty gets out in front into P5, but that lets RJ get a 1.4 second gap to Dynasty there. Aban's got it all wrong. I think he struggled coming out at that turn 1 exit there. We'll have to wait and see. But right, we're on lap number 20, driver of the day. And Nishka, driver of the day. Who is your driver of the day, my friend?
I'm going to give my vote to Dynasty Sparrow. He's having a great race, mate. As we've just seen him overtake Aban, who's the championship leader on the track. Coming up, he's up 9 positions already. He's having a fantastic race, I think.
I'm going to give it to Vettel.
Yep.
I think he's had
that would have been my second choice.
I think he's had a great race. He's kept it clean. You know, he's up 10 spots. Not been in much drama tonight. And yeah, this is probably one of his best. This could be one of his best finishes as well. So I think he's done a fantastic job. So I'm going to give it to Vettel. So there you go. I'll put my vote in. There we go. So there's driver of the day, ladies and gentlemen. So Vettel, vote. And then you can vote your Dynasty one. There we go. So there you go, guys. Get your votes in. This is Dr. Mitz League. You should honour calling it. No, unfortunately, it's not. Babas, whatever your name is. But he is doing his best, and that's the main thing. And it's the other way around, my friend. You should be honoured to race here. Okay, right, there we go. We've got Suts in that P1 position at the moment, 3.8 seconds out in front, and with Matif 3.3 seconds behind, and Ryan, or known as Lamb, right behind him in the DRS at the moment. They seem to be having a nice little battle. It looks like they've pulled away from RJ there by 6.6 seconds. Still a good spot for McLaren to be in P4. Sebi is still in the hunt as well on those 6th lap mediums. These guys are going to be on older tyres. Still opportunity for a safety car to happen as well. So anything can happen in this race. But Aban is now getting closer to RJ. Sick probably doing the fastest lap. Dynasty's trying to hold on. We've got Swift that did get the job done on Vettel. Vettel is 2.4 seconds behind Swift. I don't know. We're going to see. I think we're going to see these guys go to the wire between Lamb and Whiff at the moment. Ishka.
Yeah, I think that's how it's gonna happen. I think the guys who changed onto those mediums under the VSC there, I think that plan's not really working out for them at the moment. They're just stuck in traffic trying to get past, but they're just finding it very hard. As you know, around Baku, it's very difficult unless you got that battery saved up and you can get the job done down the straight. It's a very hard track to overtake on.
Yeah, I'm loving these comments coming in. Love a little bit of banter. There we go. We've got Dom, AR25 Unslander. Thank you very much, mate. We've got Plander saying it's hard because drive see with the dots where you go and see Seb. No stats. I better start carrying on about drive of the day not being worth a point. Oh, there we go. Zakab 8079. Hello, mate. Welcome to the stream. This is the most interaction you've had. All 30 lads up and about, mate. I don't think this is the most interaction we've had because of one driver, but appreciate the support, mate, for the driver itself. He's doing his best. He is in P17 at the moment, and yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. And the closing stages, still time for a safety car, still time for things to change, but they've got literally this lap before the safety car cannot come out. And Suts has dominated from start to finish, hasn't he? The strategy's just worked to a T. We lost him early on with connection. And 4.4 and doesn't look to be caught, even though he's on 2 lap older tyres at the moment. Ishka.
Yeah, Suts has drove a fantastic race out in front. He's looked the fastest all through even with that lap into qualifying and then into the race. He's really carried that on. As you spoke about earlier as well, SJ Aban always seems to find the way. I was a little bit worried about him there with his pace, but now he's creeping his way back up to that P4, and probably a bit too far from Lamb now or Whiff to try and get in amongst that, but still a very good drive. As we see the battle between RJ and Swift just behind them, that's going to be an interesting one down the straight, see if RJ can hold on.
Yeah, it is, and there's about 4 cars in there in this battle as well, so if anything goes wrong here, penalties or anything, it's going to be big points. We're also seeing there that Lamb has got damage to that front right-hand side, so he's managing to get the job done, but he then loses it to Whiff in the corners, and I think that's where he's going to struggle. So keep an eye on that closing battle, because that looks like it's going to get very, very juicy near the end of this race with 3 laps to go. We've then got Whiff in that P3 spot, really holding on to Lamb at the moment, and we'll have to wait and see if he's going to be able to hold on to it. But there's 3, and there we go. Number 1 Swift is round, and he doesn't. There's no safety car at the moment, but that could have been drama. Vettel back up into P7. And Swift losing that, so a little bit of drama there for Swift. And at the moment, driver of the day is tied, and we've got Vettel that's lost that again to Swift. So a little bit of a scare, but he's lost a lot of ground on Dynasty there and RJ. And I don't know who is going to finish in 2nd, 3rd, 5th, or 6th at the moment. It's so close to tell. You can see there RJ getting damaged, Lamb getting damaged, Aban looking pretty good at the moment, but the tyres that these top 6 are on are all old. You got 15, 13, 13, 14, and 13 and 14. You know, and the guy behind them, Swift, who is on 5 lap mediums, has made a mistake. So now he's going to have to get round again and try and catch up. I think he could get Dynasty. He's only 1.5 and he's got 3 laps to do it. You know, it's 5 laps against 14 lap hard, so he's going to have some serious pace. And there we go again. There's the switch between Whiff Matif and Lamb, but so far so good. What a night for Ferrari. P3 and P6 looking at the final stages of this race. Mishka.
Yeah, definitely. One that I'm watching here as well, it's starting to make up some real time, is Tudor on those 6-lap hards. He's just got past Vettel there, and he's right on the back of Swift now as well. So if he can clear Swift, he's going to get right in amongst this finish, for that P5, I reckon.
Yeah, interesting to say the least. And yeah, Suts in that 3.8 seconds. It's dropped down from 4 now, so he is being pulled in a little bit. You can see they can see him, but at the moment, are they going to be able to close him in the closing stages? I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. The question is who is going to finish P2? It looks like it will be with finishing in P3, as Aban is still way too far away, but going into this race in P4 still is great points for Aban. But I think the overalls this week coming, when all reports are done and verdicts are done, is definitely going to spice things up, Mishka.
Yeah, definitely. As I see them go to, oh, they're into the wall! Dynasty's into the wall!
Bad accident there. Why has he gone for a move there?
Oh, that was crazy.
That has just ruined
That was wild.
Dynasty's complete race. That has just ruined it. Absolutely ruined it, because he's not going to be able to. Yeah, he's going to fall way down now. Vettel's going to get him. He's got nothing.
I know you don't want me to say it, SJ, but
I don't know where he's gone for.
We've seen something similar in the Division 5 race in that same spot. It's a crazy spot to try and overtake, and I know your thoughts on that one, mate.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate. I think we could probably still push it if he pushes that car to the end. But we've got moves going on here, and Swift is now up in a P5, so he is flying, but means nothing, because that's a pen straight away coming his way. I'm sure of it. And I can't believe he's done that. I really don't. And I'll let you take this last lap, and there you go. Dickinson's out! RJ is out! What has happened here? What has happened here? We've lost RJ, we've lost Dickinson. Absolute scenes.
Oh no.
No safety
They've all been racing so well. Until these last 2 laps, and it's just complete chaos has just come out. We got Satsi out in front there, 4.5 seconds in front. He looks like he's going to take this all the way to the line now. I think Lamb will be happy just trying to hold on to that P2 now, not trying to push the deal, just bring the car home. But things in the mid-pack, they're just going a bit wild at the moment. As we see Vettel now all over Dynasty Sparrows looking for that P7, and he gets that move done easily.
Oh, I can't believe this.
It's a great drive from Vettel.
Oh yeah, definitely. Right, we're still on a tie at the moment. There's smoke coming from the cockpit. I can't believe what we've seen. I cannot believe we've seen RJ and Dickinson out of this race. Dr. Mitz is looking likely to score points. He is going to score 1 point. Sick Party looks like he is not going to score any points, unfortunately. Suts has basically got 1 lap to go. Who is going to take P2? This is going to be the question now. What do you do in this situation? Because we know how much speed, how much ERS you need to have. And this is going to be very interesting to see. We've got Lamb and Withmatif going at it. Is it going to be the Ferrari? Is it going to be Withmatif in the kick? Suts is definitely going to win this race, hands down now. And he is 4.9. He's even trying to push and maybe even get that 5 seconds, because if he gets that 5-second pen, if he is involved in a pen or situation, then he could still clear it and still win the race. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there with the onboards. We've got Lamb still in that P2 spot, 49% ERS with 73%, a lot more ERS. Lamb is really going to have to save up. Aban in that P4 spot as well. We've also got Dr. Mitz that's just got a pen, and it looks like he will stay in that P15 spot. Is there anything else that's going to change here? Sebi up into P10, could get P9 here off Terrence. That's going to be another thing. We've got a tie for driver of the day. So me and Nishka will make the final decision on who gets driver of the day. We've then got Dynasty still in that P8 position with that front wing damage earlier on. With that damage, we've got Vettel in that P7 spot, who looks like he is going to lock in that P7 spot. The question is Stutz is now coming down the line. We've got these two, though, we're going to keep on board.
This is huge
with.
to the
Lamb
line.
is there. He's got
huge.
no ERS.
Whiff
is going to get him to the line. He ran out of the ERS.
Got him.
Oh, absolute scenes here. And Stutz wins the race. With Matif gets Lamb. And there we go. We've then got Aban going into P4, Swift into P5, who definitely is going to be looked at by that situation, what happened with Dynasty there. Tudor into P6. Great night for Kick. Also in P6 and P2, we were talking about the Ferraris. Don't underestimate the kicks there. Vettel in the P7, Dynasty in the P8. Sebi in a P10, great drive from Sebi, got to say as well. Then we've got Optimus Tryhard, the reserving for the Haas. Good points for them. He gets into P11. We've then got Sebi in the Visa Cash App, as both teammates are going to finish in P12 and P13 in the points. Connor will finish in P14, and Mitz will get the last points. Wow. Well, first of all, we're going to jump on board and get the guys interviewed. But it was a tie on driver of the day, 6 votes each. What's your thoughts? You said Dynasty. He had a bit of an incident with Swift, and Vettel finished in P7.
I think they both equally were having good races up to the point where we put in the vote, but just the following happenings after that, I think you kind of got to give it to Vettel. That's my opinion. SJ, what's your thoughts on that, mate?
Yeah, no, I do agree. I think that little incident has just thrown it off a little bit there, and obviously that will be looked at by the stewards. But I think that's a great drive from Vettel from where he was, kept it clean. So yeah, I would say we give it to Vettel. Yep, sweet, cool job done, ladies and gentlemen. So there we go, Vettel. Congrats to Vettel, DOTD. Okay, what a fantastic end to Division 3 that was at the end there with the close finish. We will be jumping on board with these guys very, very soon for some interviews. Oh, don't give me the lock screen. Nope. Nope. I'm not going to get it, I don't think. I think it's going to blow me out. Yep, it does look like it. Does look like we're not going to get the screen that we want.
Did you want me to run through them while I've still got it up, SJ?
You can, if you can. Yeah, if you can. I haven't got anything. It's blocked out on my end, and I don't think
it's ended.
There you go. It's gone.
It's ended.
All right. Well, there you go. Unfortunate, but we will jump on with some interviews very, very shortly. But before we do, let's go over to our summary of tonight. Nishka, what's your thoughts of that race?
Yeah, I thought the guys were doing a terrific job. Obviously, when the stakes rose right there towards the end and the positions were up for stakes, we started seeing a couple of incidents. But for the most part, the guys done a great job. And yeah, the start of the race there, 2 wide through Castle. Yeah, we haven't seen that this weekend. So yeah, the guys done a great job, and it was an enjoyable race. There was plenty of action, and yeah, it's really good race, really enjoyable.
Good to see. Good to see. Right. We'll go over to driver of the day. Who, if you are still tuning in with us, do not leave, because we do have a few things to go over with as well. But first of all, and I'll let Nishka take this one away, driver of the day goes to Vettel in the Mercedes.
G'day, lads. How are we?
Vettel, mate, how are ya?
Yeah, good. Yeah, very good race. Well, for me. Didn't have the best qualifying though. I think P17 or something. Not my best track. Haven't really been practicing much. Focused more on engineering, but yeah, really stoked with P7. And yeah, looking forward to silly season.
Yeah, we're kind of looking at that through the qualifying. and yeah, thought you might not be too happy with how things were looking. But as the race went on, we seen you picking up those positions, and to end up where you did, mate, that was a phenomenal drive. So yeah, you should be really proud of that, mate. But looking to silly season, mate. Have you got anything sort of on the radar that you're sort of looking at?
Um, let's just say some changes will be made. Um, I know Mercedes is probably had the most driver changes this season so far, and who knows? It could be more. Can't really tell much just yet. Um, yeah, there'll be some upgrades to the team, and I'm sure there'll be a few shocks.
Oh, that sounds spicy, mate. I'm keen to see how you progress through the silly season, and yeah, good luck for the silly season, mate.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Oh, Vettel. Pretty.
Okay, SJ.
There you go, mate. Cheers, Nish. I can hear myself in the background. Lovely.
Yeah, there's an
Love
echo.
to hear. I love to hear my voice. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. Lovely. Obviously, very very tight with driver of the day between you and obviously Dynasty. It was 6 votes all, and then obviously a little bit of an incident there with Dynasty and Seba, which I'm sure will be one of the ones. I keep saying Seba. His name is Seba, but in the game it's number one Swift. On the last couple of laps there, which will obviously be looked at probably on board. But probably one of your best finishes. I've seen in the season you have struggled in a few of these races and looked very, very clean out there. And you just obviously point scoring. You obviously had a reserve tonight that did struggle. I think did get points in the end. Only one, unfortunately. But yeah, how did you find it tonight? You seemed pretty comfortable out there tonight.
Yeah, I'm consistently mid-pack, got P4 in Saudi Arabia and Monaco, so we've had some higher positions finished, but yeah, I like being this consistent. Yeah, we got what a lot more races to come, and yeah, let's try and keep up the pace.
Yeah, well, that's the way to be, isn't it? That is the way to be. Obviously, there is still a long way to go yet, and obviously you've got a break week. We've seen a few changes already, some big decisions. I want to talk to you a little bit about that. Decisions that were best for the team, decisions that you think that were hindering the team. Have you got replacements lined up? Like, what's your thought process behind it?
Guess you have to wait and see.
He's not going to answer that. I knew he wasn't going to answer that question.
No TP will ever answer that question,
They
SJ.
probably won't. No, they would do on a podcast, though. I know that for a fact. Okay. Well, no, absolutely fantastic drive, mate. You know what the silly season's all about. Like, so, are you excited? Are you worried? Like, how do you feel going into it?
Well, yeah, this will be my first silly season as a team principal, as it is for many. Yeah, looking forward to it. I'm sure I'll get the gist of it very quickly. And yeah, obviously with the break week as well, which is pretty good to have.
Okay, awesome. Well, I wish you all the best, mate. Enjoy silly season. That's what it's all about. It's a bit of fun, spicing things up, making things up, and obviously getting the team to get the job done for the remainder of the season when we come back in Imola next week. So enjoy the break, and we'll see you in a week's time.
Yeah, appreciate it, boys. Good comms.
All right. We'll head over to Lamb and Lamb. Lovely little finish at the end there. Really unfortunate to not get the P2. It was looking like a very, very good race between you and with a little bit of damage to that front wing. Take us through your race tonight and what happened with that front wing.
Yeah, off the start, not my best start, but definitely not my worst, considering I could have ended up backwards. But off the start, bogged down a little bit. We've managed to, I think it was go around the outside of me off the start, so already not the best, all things considered. But yeah, I definitely had a few moments on corner exits, like still learning the no traction, and I feel like it definitely showed at one point I did nearly properly bin it. That would have been a great way to end off the week. But no, I brought it back, and it got to a point where I think I'm not sure what corner it is, but after the castle, the triple left, it's the last one there in the high speed section where I've just gone a little bit deep. I knocked off just a tiniest little bit of my wing to begin with, and that didn't feel too bad. And I was catching up to whiff, and I think suts for a time. But then after I did catch up to whiff and I had the dirty air, I absolutely clobbered it and ripped the end plate off. And by that time, all that pace I had for out the window. Yeah, but me with before the season and Vettel as well. Don't remember if it was in general the Div free chat, but I pinged them, and because at the moment we're the top 3 TPs in the overalls, I was like, we could show the stream how we race on track, like just spice it up a little bit. And I'm glad we got to do that. It was great fun out there with.
No, definitely. I agree with that. I think you absolutely drove a fantastic race. Obviously, your teammate tonight as well, Dynasty. He done a fantastic job. Got a little bit involved in an incident at the end, which I'm sure will be looked at by the onboards. Didn't need to happen. We'll obviously admit that right now. We know that obviously they're the drivers on faster tyres, but going for a move there, you've got to be extremely careful. Tonight, you obviously knew that you needed to capitalise on points. It's been a very interesting week, to be honest with you. Obviously, compared to last week, we saw a big dominance from obviously McLaren. They got 149 points, team of the week, but it was Kick that took the lead of the overalls, and then obviously Ferrari are not far behind. So you knew you needed to capitalise tonight with obviously Kick having a good start in this race.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Going into it, seeing that we're real close to Kick, I feel like that it's going to interchange again between us. I'm not sure. I haven't done the maths, but like knowing that it's that close and that
don't do the maths, it'll give you a headache. Just me.
Yeah, but knowing it's that close between us, it was really about capitalizing on points and that it could interchange at almost any point. So, like going back to Singapore, we did pretty well there. We jumped Kick then through Mexico they jumped us back. Now, who knows what's happening with the overalls? Don't know if they're keeping the P1 at the moment, or if we're going to jump them, or if Merc come out of nowhere and get the. It's really a bloodbath up the top.
Yeah, it is, and it's really good to see. It's really good to see very early on the battles going on, and obviously that like they were in front of you tonight, and it was looking like Ferrari P2 and P5, and then it was Kick, and then it was you, and then it was Kick, and then unfortunately Dynasty had that incident at the end, and then obviously Kick finished in obviously 2 better positions. But one thing I'm going to talk about before I do pass you over to Nishka, and I'm probably going to ask his question. Silly season is coming up, and you're very aware of this from being a driver, but you're now a TP. Are we going to see some big moves? Because I'm hearing some really crazy rumors, Lam, and I'm thinking, if this happens, I don't know. But can you give us any insights of what's going to happen in Ferrari? Because we have seen changes, and obviously I'm sure you're definitely going to make changes in that team.
I don't want to spoil too much, but depending on your rumors, they might be true. There's definitely a big one, like a really big one. So I won't spoil who it is or what's happening too much. All you need to know is that it's definitely a bit of a shock. But yeah, I've been really busy over the last week trying to organize my team. Been really hard at it whenever I've got the spare time, messaging drivers asking if they want this full-time seat or they want to reserve this week or next. Just really making sure that who I'm confident in picking and make sure that they can do well in the div.
The question is, if this rumor is true, why? Why have you allowed it to happen?
Okay, so I definitely think we could talk about 2 different rumors.
There's a lot, mate.
Spicy.
No one has to say what we're talking about. But the question is why? If this rumor is true, why would you allow that to happen?
See, now that I've got a bit more context to which rumors you might be talking about. Definitely a big name, but I've allowed
You know me,
because
Lamb. I'm the owner. I'm sure I know who it is.
yeah,
I can't. I'm not going to allow it on stream. I'm just trying to see. I'm just trying to see the insights because, like, you have a very good team. You have a very good team that are putting in some fantastic results. You've got yourself. You know, you missed last week. You're here this week. We don't know if you're racing next week. You know, it's a bit hit and miss. Obviously, you've had changes. Like Flubber's gone. You know, Oblivion has been doing great form and performing very, very well since moving up from Division 3 to Division 2. You've got Jono that's leading the championship. You know, you've got Ranieri in Division 5 that's doing very well. Struggled this weekend, wasn't confident, you know, so, you know, is and then you've got Division 6, which Larkin was that was his best result this season. So, you know, is there opportunity there? You know, are you going to... These are the things I'm looking at, and I'm thinking, well, if you've got that team, why do you make changes? Basically.
well, so the changes I'm making, I think the one you're referring to, I want what's best for the drivers, my drivers especially.
Mm-hmm.
So if they want to leave and they've got a deal lined up that's favouring them for both parties, and it's not just a kind of like, oh, I don't want to race anymore, so I don't want to race under you anymore because you're not nice or something like that, then we're gonna have a problem. But if it's like a genuine reason and we can talk something out and come to an agreement, then I don't see a problem with it, especially when, like I said, we've talked out an agreement, so it's not too big of a deal. Yeah, I think that's all I've got to say on that
No,
without
that's fine.
really spoiling it.
No, that's fine. I think we may have to get him on the podcast, eh? Lamb, you free next week?
Possibly. I've got my birthday coming up next week, so it depends on when you grab me.
Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, mate. We'll make you in for the first episode and we'll hear what you've got to say. And it'll probably be you and Whiff we'd probably like to hear. Because if you two are leading it, we'd like to hear what you've got to say going into the season break. So if you're free Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, let's make it happen, mate. And then we can hear what you've really got to say.
Right, sweet. I'll clear my calendar then.
And on that drop, I'll mic drop. I passed to Nishka. Well done on the P3.
Cheers, Ashley. I got no questions left to ask.
I'm sorry.
Nah, congratulations, mate, on the podium today. Great drive, mate. Unlucky there, getting pipped on the line. I'll touch more on with the silly season coming up, just with some of the reserves. I know you've been keeping an eye on them, and I know you're trying to fill the seat next to yourself here in Div 3. Dynasty had a great drive tonight until that little bit of a mix up towards the end there, but he was having a great race. Is there any other sort of reserves you've kind of been keeping your eye on, or you're trying to keep them under wraps as well?
Definitely been a few reserves that I've been trying to keep my eye on, especially in some of the divs that's a lot harder to find drivers in. And this is another thing. I do try. Then when I became TV, I did ask my team if they could, go through all the reserve lists and ask who they'd like as a teammate in case their teammate misses a week, or if their teammate drops their seat, just to make sure that they're comfortable and confident in whoever we pick. So definitely a few divs where it's been a bit more difficult in that regard to do that. But like I said, most all the drivers I bring in, I ask my team, their div that they'd go into, to make sure that they're also comfortable with it, to make sure that nothing happens in the race, because we don't want what was it, Merck 2016 Spain deals going on. So definitely looking on the reserves for sure.
Yeah, that's some really good insight there, Lam. Especially communicating with the drivers there, asking who they'd be comfortable driving with, and that it's all about breeding that team environment, isn't it? To try and get the best out of your team, and I guess that goes to show, like with Ferrari, why they are towards the top of the standings, or at the top of the standings, and continue on the good work, mate, and good luck for silly season. I'm keen to hear about some of those spicy rumours when they come out.
Thank you, Niska, and thank you both for the comms tonight. I'm sure it was a spicy race to watch.
Thanks very much, mate.
Indeed. All right, we'll go over to our next interview. They did go a little bit longer than expected, but we'll head over to Whiff. Obviously, a great race between you and Lamb. We did see most of it tonight, from start to finish. We did see a lot of other guys getting involved in RJ, getting involved in that, and number one Swift, few mistakes. I think it was a bit of an incident earlier on. Did you know that he had damage to that front wing on those last couple of laps?
G'day, boys. Who had damage?
Lamb.
Sort of. I was in the VC with him, so I had a bit of a guess because I know that he's pretty quick around there in one lap pace. I thought he was just slow on race pace. But nah, I didn't really know he had damage until he told you guys. Really.
Oh, okay, cool. It's interesting to hear VC with your competitor. Okay, I wouldn't personally,
just
but
mates, mate. Just mates.
no, all good, all good. Obviously tonight you've last week leading the overalls, and it's been an interesting week, probably for yourself and other teams as well. Not probably the start you wanted. Did you know that this last race that you needed to capitalise on points to try and keep this lead going, and going into the break with the momentum of leading the overalls, because that's a good way to be, you know, because then you can then look back and you can think, right, we're leading it. We need to look at this position, this position, this position, and obviously have a bit of a review over the season break. So were you pretty mindset of getting a very good result, you and Tudor tonight?
Yeah, Div 1 didn't really go too well. Obviously, we had pretty much double DNF, Danger and Kalki, just both disconnected and couldn't get back in. But yeah, even since then, we just knew that we had to kind of capitalize on any points that we could get to try and minimize the loss. I don't think we'll still be leading after this week, but yeah, it would still be pretty close up to the top.
Same thing goes for you. Silly season. I don't know if this is maybe this might be your second one. Maybe, I'm not sure. I have to double check. Going into it, confident with your team, going to make changes. Like, what's the plan with Kick?
Well, I've just put out a message asking if anyone does want to trade, specific teams, all that stuff. I know of one driver that does, but there's not much of a not much of a benefit to us, and I'm not just gonna let him go, considering he's sort of up the top in his div. But yeah, if anything comes up that kind of benefits us as well, instead of just a donation, then yeah, happy to let him go if he likes another team more.
Okay. What do you think is one of the things you can improve on going into the second half of the season at Imola in a week's time?
Really just consistency, I guess. Yeah, a lot of us, obviously with a bunch of street tracks and stuff, yeah, there's DNFs and people might just make moments. I know it's really tricky on OTC at a lot of these tracks. But yeah, we've done pretty well to stay in front to the end of the street tracks, and hopefully we can keep it into the actual racetracks.
Yeah, no, it was a great finish at the end there as well. Obviously, a lot more ERS than Lamb, and you got the move done, and you cemented that P2, and obviously Tudor, I think, got P6 or P5 in the end. So really, really good night for Kick. Big points needed, especially with the pressure of overalls this season. Something that we've not seen for quite some time. There's about 3 or 4 teams. Obviously, there's 3 teams in the 500s, and then there's about 3 teams as well in the 400s. So they're not far behind. And if there's one slip up, we've seen the dominating tonight of Suts in the Williams. We've seen them come back from obviously a difficult start. They seem to have picked their mojo up. You got McLaren have had some very, very good results. They had a very, very good week last week with 149 points. And now all the straight tracks are gone. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to be jumping out and showing us what they're made of, because Imola's a difficult track, and then it then starts to ramp it up after that. So and we haven't seen the sprints yet as well. So big points up for grabs in them. So no, congratulations, well done on the P2. And like I said to Lamb, if you're free Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, let me know, and we'll lock you in for the first episode of the podcast.
We'll see, mate. We will see.
All right, pass you over to Nishka.
Cheers, mate.
Mate, congratulations on that P2 there, mate. Thanks for the excitement down the straight. That was that was something. That finish, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in that BC as you came over the line. That would have been something.
We were just laughing, just having a bit of a go at each other, but that's what I love about each other.
That's what it's about, isn't it, mate? It's about having fun, enjoying it, and being competitive with each other. With Imola coming up after the silly season, obviously SJ touched on the silly season, so I won't go too much into that. Imola, how do you sort of feel about Imola after the and the rest of the calendar after these sort of 6 street circuits that we've kind of had at the start?
It's very on and off for me. I know at the start of the game I really enjoyed it. Super smooth, wasn't really making any mistakes. But sort of recently with other league races I've done around there, not been too great. But yeah, I think I just need a better setup. And now that I've kind of changed my driving style a bit, hope to get a somewhat good result.
Yeah, absolutely. You just want to keep putting those good results in and keep trying to push on to that P1 in the overalls, mate. And you've been doing a great job so far this season, and continue it on, mate. Well done.
Cheers, mate. Up the kicks.
All right, then we'll head over to our winner of the night. And, this man has definitely cemented his name in the silly season picks. And we've said this before. Is this man going to get a full-time seat? He has jumped back into Williams again. Suts, mate. What a night. We spoke to you, I think, last week. I think you may have got driver of the day, if I remember. I'm just trying to remember. We've got a good finish. Let me just refresh my memory because I can't remember everything.
What driver of the day? Yeah.
It was driver of the day, wasn't it? Yeah, driver of the day. Yeah, awesome. Okay, all right. Well, there we go. We've got driver of the day. You've come back, and mate, what a drive, mate. Are you sure you don't want a full-time seat? Like, seriously, if you drive like that every Wednesday, someone's going to want to pick you up, mate. Like, give us a bit of an insight tonight because, we do know when P2 and P3, they battle, the person can pull away, but just consistency all the way through, all night.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it, to be honest. As soon as that quali ended, I had no idea I was going that high. Nowhere near P1, that's for sure. So after quali was finished, I was like, oh my God, I could actually be on here. When the race started, I think it was RJ and Swift were battling as well, so that kind of let me push ahead. But they got back in that DRS, and after that incident with RJ, which definitely be looked at, it's a close one. Oh, it's definitely close. I've looked at it from my part. I tried to give as much room. I definitely didn't try to turn in or anything like that. But then after that, it was just trying consistency, trying to keep it through. And then my game disconnected. This first time that's ever happened. Lost about 8 seconds. Maybe not that much, maybe 6 or something. And then, it was just consistency after that. Tried bowling it in castle section as well. Lost my aim plate, but ended up just getting it home and just getting that all important points.
Yeah, and even if you do get a 5-second pen or whatever, I think you're still going to take the lead anyway. But just a good track for you, Baku. Did you just time everything to perfection? Like qualifying and the race. Just what was the key? What was the plan? What was the strategy? Did you have an engineer tonight? What was the go?
Yeah, definitely. So I had Dito in the comms and Sick Party as well. Dito was giving me the comms. He was, I don't know, I didn't really have any plans of attack because I'm just reserving. So like I was obviously practicing and whatnot, but I wasn't I just did not expect, I guess, to be up the top fighting for it. So yeah, I'm just as surprised as I guess anyone seeing a reserve up there.
Well, you know the silly season's around the corner, and then we obviously know that your preference is probably this lovely blue car at the moment. Things going to change. I'm going to ask you the same question again I've asked you before. Are you has it changed your mind, the way you're driving, the way you're scoring points? You've helped this team massively, and you've probably seen how the start of the season has gone to near the end of just going into city season. They have obviously struggled, and then they're now starting to pick up very, very good results across each division. So is it something you want to jump on and help the team and get them where they need to be?
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see in silly season, but no, I'm definitely enjoying it right now. Of just seeing all the points come in, and obviously Hub and Williams as well. Been chatting to all the boys in the chat as well, and obviously Dito and the engineer helping out a lot. Like especially that call for the undercut in the race today, it saved me as well, just with the disconnect as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens in silly season, but positive signs.
No, you don't let the cat out of the bag, do you, Suts?
There's nothing going on. What do you mean?
Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Looking forward to the silly season rumour to see where Suts is, and I think you're going to be a big name if wherever you go, whatever you decide to do. But no, privilege as always to have you on the grid, and yeah, really good to see you take that win as well. So well done, and have a great break. And I'll pass you over to Nishka.
Here's Esther.
Sassy, mate. Congratulations on the P1 there, mate. That was great drive, and that lap you done in qualifying, that was phenomenal. Pulled that out of the bag. Didn't see that one coming. You got a few fangirls here in the chat that I'm seeing. Keeper YNWA flogging the panda. They're all behind you, mate. They're all supporting you, and they're saying come to the Williams, make it your home, bro. So. Yeah,
It's a bit hard to resist, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens over the silly season. But yeah, sort of how you sort of feeling, mate? Heading into the silly season, you've obviously got to get a fair few offers after that drive there. But yeah, how you sort of feeling towards it?
Yeah, nah, yeah, I've had a couple of TPs messaging me, and whatnot, but I just thought I've been in chats with the Williams boys before, and so I decided to reserve for them again. It was just handy having Dito in the engineering spot as well. Then I'm just enjoying the racing right now, and didn't think I'd be, to be honest, because the last couple of games I just haven't really enjoyed.
That's really good to hear, man. Because that's at the end of the day, that's why we all get on this game. We get on to enjoy it. We want to have fun. We want to play with our mates, and that's what it's about ultimately. As well as being competitive. So it's really good to hear that's how you're feeling, mate. And good luck for silly season. And yeah, congratulations again on the P1, mate.
Easy. Thanks, mate.
All right. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is now break week. City season is open. Congratulations to all the drivers tonight, and massive congratulations to Suts. Fantastic job there. Massive job for Whiff as well. Big points for Kit going into the overalls, and also Ferrari keeping on that tail. A very, very interesting race, to say the least. I've got to say, Nishka, that was quite interesting.
Yeah, it was an interesting race, mate. It was, there was everything happening. There was great driving at the start. There was some nice overtakes getting done. Then there was a bit of action with a bit of tangles up, and but nothing like what we've seen in the other sort of divisions. I thought tonight's race was probably one of the better races that we've seen over the week there at Baku. So the Div 3 drivers should all sure be pretty proud of their performance tonight. And yeah, I'm keen to see how all the divisions go after this silly season and going into Imola.
Yeah, no, definitely. And that is it for Division 3. They will be on a break week and we will be seeing you in Imola. Right, this is very important now. These are the silly season official guidelines that everyone has got to look up for. If you can't see in the stream, do apologise, but I'm just trying to give you a bit of a heads up of what it's all about. So, if you can read this, silly season has officially opened. Obviously, conclusion after this Division 3 race. Round 6 will close at midnight on Thursday. There you go, done and adjusted. All transfer agreements must be submitted to customer relations, which is obviously my wife or me. They are the two people that you send all of your business to, rumours, done deals, whatever. Sometimes they do normally go to the TP manager, but they will go to me or customer relations. We will then make a graphic and we will then produce it in the rumor mill, which you can access, view, react, cannot message. So keep an eye out on that. Remember, all deals not completed by the deadline will be considered voided. So if you do not have an agreement and you have not got the deal done, then you will still be driving for the same team. Remember, if you have a mutual agreement, you need to discuss that with the TP. You need to have the discussion. If it is agreed, then it then goes to the TP manager. It then gets back to the directors and it gets locked in and it has been done. Hence, my mutual agreement with obviously Alpine. Going over to driver movement rules. This is the simple situation. Both TPs have to agree to the move. If one TP agrees and the other TP declines, you don't go anywhere. That's the biggest problem about silly season. It has to be an agreement between the two TPs. Drivers wishing to transfer teams must notify their current TP. A driver may only leave their current team if their TP agrees to release them or both TPs involved approve a trade, which is what with Matif, the kick TP, spoke about earlier. If a driver approaches a TP during silly season, the above conditions will apply. Drivers who cannot reach an agreement with their TP but still to choose to leave will incur a 3-race suspension outlined in the Rush Racing rules. So basically, if you do want to leave, you are going to have to serve 3-race ban, which is really something you don't want to do because of the races coming up and also may harm your championship fight or an opportunity of a battle of championship. This will then be overseen by the Rush admin team, which is the directors. All confirmed driver moves must be reported to the TP or the TP manager through the designated channel in the team principal server. To add the excitement to all the submit rumours, ideas through the TP, who will be keen to forward them to the TP manager. A special city season stream will be broadcasted on Thursday, September the 18th. So you do not want to miss that. If you've got any questions, please reach out to the TPs. If you've got any more other questions, please reach out to myself or the directors and we will be able to answer any of your questions. Hopefully that outlines it. I've got to say a big shout out to one person. I think it's always good to offer, opportunity and you can to say thank you very much to Terence, the Alpine TP. I've enjoyed driving with them. I think Nishka, I think you're the same. We are the two confirmed mutual agreement deals. I'll probably let you talk about it at SICK, but no, I think it's been a fantastic job. At Alpine, I think they've got a massive opportunity to score some really, really big points and even get a championship. They've got some really good drivers that just need a little bit of tweaking, but he's got a great concept. He knows what he's doing, and it's been an honour to drive for him, and I wish him all the best. And I look forward to battling the team on track. And therefore that, Terence, thank you very much for everything you've done for me since driving for you at Alpine. Anything from you, Nishka?
Yeah, I'll like to say, I'll say thanks to Terence as well. He's one of the nicest blokes you can meet. Thanks for having me in when I was in the situation I was in, and and I appreciate everything along the way, mate. But and I think you boys will do a great job and continue on, and it's a tough because there's no hard feelings towards the Alpine boys. They're a great bunch of boys. So good luck for the season, Alpine, and yeah, we'll see what it brings for me.
Well, there we go. There you have it. I just want to say a big thanks to all the guys as well. We're 6 races in. This is the first, obviously, break that we're going to have. We do have another silly season, remember, after round 12. We will be coming back to Imola, so get ready for it. Remember, the reserve program will continue. So reserve program will be tomorrow night. You'll be joined by Rekas and Panda. Remember, full-time drivers still can race in that. Reserves, this is your opportunity now. If you have not grabbed the opportunity, grab the opportunity now, because this is the only chance you're going to get back into a full-time seat. There will be big changes happening throughout the whole week. We will be having a cleanse of the server. There will be drivers maybe moving up, maybe moving down. I'm not going to say yes or no because I do not know as of yet, but there will be big changes. But I really do want to repeat that. Reserves, this is your opportunity to get involved in the reserve program, in socials, show what you're capable of. There is a lot of Division 6 drivers. There is a lot of Division 5 drivers. There's also a lot of Division 1 drivers. This is your time now. You to commit, to show a little bit of commitment and get amongst it. Plenty of seats in Division 1, plenty of opportunity. It really takes the slack off Division 2 to keep reserving up. We've got a few more drivers in Division 3. Division 2 is mixed up. Plenty of opportunities to get a seat. But you've got to put your name out there. And I will 100% vouch for that. If you don't put your name out there, the TP doesn't know who you are. They're not going to pick you. And also your attitude. You need to have top attitude. Put the work in, they'll pick you. Show commitment, they'll pick you. And put your name to a face, they may pick you. So good luck to every single driver in silly season with all of your new moves, with all the TPs, all the drivers, all the comms, every single person, the directors, every single person. Thank you very much. Enjoy the break. Nishka, once again, thank you very much for jumping me on comms. As always, it's been a privilege.
Always, mate. Yeah, love to be in here, mate, and I love watching the racing. It's it's really enjoyable, mate. So, yep, continue on after silly season, mate.
We will indeed. And that is it. Keep an eye out for the Discord. I'm sure it's going to be pumping. And let those rumours flow. Good night.